Hey, welcome back, rugby fans. Thank you for pressing play on this latest edition of this mini-series as we choose our Premier 15's 2019 and 2020 Team of the Season. If you haven't seen our previous episodes, well, where have you been? We've chosen our front row, our second row, our back row, and now, just like Sarah Byrne crashing through a back line, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to crash through our back line, starting off with our 9 and our 10. And don't worry, if you haven't seen the previous episodes, we will put the links down below. If you are joining us for the first time, well, it's really simple. I'm joined by Fiona Thomas from Telegraph Women's Sport, legendary commentator Johnny Hammond, and Rachel Burford from England and Harlequins Women, as we choose our top players from across the league. Of course, the season may be declared null and void, but we don't think the players should be ignored. We think they should be recognised for their efforts, and that's exactly what we're going to do. If you haven't seen it, like I said, well, it's really simple. Players have to have played a minimum of 8 games for their clubs, and we choose them in the position where they've featured most for their teams. Sounds simple? It is. So let's move on to our number 9s.
We're moving into our back line, starting off with one of the most crucial positions on the pitch, number 9. This is the obviously key position, and Rachel, one that you obviously probably have a lot of expertise in because they're the one that gives you the ball. So let's start with you. Who's going to be your number 9?
It's a tough one. I think Meg Davey does really well at Loughborough Lightning. I think it helps having Sarah Hunter in front of her and Katie Daly-McLean behind her.
Yeah.
Claudia McDonald, again, I think she's still learning that position to really make it, to be a standout 9. But I don't think you can look past Natasha Hunt, Mo Hunt, or Leanne Riley. They've both been tit for tat this season, really close in terms of the pecking order at England. It's a real tight line, but having played more with Leanne, I'm going to go with Leanne. Just the amount of leadership she now brings, her calmness, her control, and something that she's learned over the years is when she knows when she's slightly losing it or getting away from the game, and she knows now how to turn that and flip that. And I think that's a really important skill that a 9 needs to have. So I'm going to go Leanne Riley.
Interesting. Okay, Johnny.
Yeah, I think Berth has mentioned the main contenders, hasn't she? I think Claudia McDonald. She missed bits of the season, didn't she? But she continues to impress me, and I know she's wing, scrum half, has that versatility. But she's coming as third sort of choice Red Roses scrum half. And she's constantly wanting to learn, and she's taking that back to Wasps as well. And I know Giselle May, the DOR at Wasps, very much rates Claudia at scrum half. She's got incredible pace, as you expect from a sort of a scrum half that plays winger, as does Mo Hunt. I think Mo Hunt has become a real kind of Mother Hubbard, having her on the pod. She's talking about all the players coming around and having cups of tea. That's been a really, really important role she's had to play, and I think that her influence on that side will continue to be really important with the changes of management and coaching that they've had. Nip and tuck between her and Leanne Riley. Leanne Riley, I think, has grown hugely as a player, on and off the field, as personality, as a player, has really, really blossomed, really, really matured, and continues to make more and more better decisions than not, which is tough at night because you don't have any time and you've got to make lots of decisions.
Does it matter that Leanne Riley's only played she's only started 7 games?
That's quite low, isn't it? I tended to say 8 and above. Mo Hunt is the lady on my list here, just ahead of Claudia McDonald and Leanne Riley. So my vote's for Mo Hunt.
Okay, so we've got one for Natasha Mo Hunt, one for Leanne Riley. Fee, what are you going to go with?
I thought long and hard about this, and I've gone straight up there for Claudia McDonald, just to throw a spanner in the works, simply because I think she's been so fiery around the breakdown this season, and kind of the way she has that ability to kind of start those little, those kind of periods attacking waves for Wasps. I think she's been really central to those. I know she's not really played 9 for a long period of time, and she does split between the wing. But as Johnny mentioned, I think there is a lot of competition at Scrum Half at the minute in the TP15s to kind of actually be the standout one, and from an England perspective as well, to get kind of Simon Middleton's kind of nod for that first number 9 spot. But for me, I think Claudia she's really grown into that position this season. And having missed a third of the season to come back like she did, 6 tries and 8 appearances, that's not a bad tally at all for a Scrum Half. My second choice would have been Leanne, simply because I've been really impressed with the way she's come on and developed as a player this season. Lovely girl. I've interviewed her a couple of times, and I think she's a former netball player, isn't she? We know a bit of netball into rugby. Yeah, she is. She's her passing game as well. I think one of the strongest in the league. And then third would have been Natasha Hunt for me, simply because she's been such a rock, as she always is for Gloucester, and she's really stepped up in captaining the side this season. But I don't know. I think some of the younger ones for me have kind of piqued my interest a bit more than Natasha this season. So a tough one, but yeah. Which leaves you the deciding vote, Adam.
Yeah, it does. And I think
how happy he is.
Not at all. I listen. I love listening to all your reasonings and all your rationales behind your selections. For me, it was a choice between 2, actually. As great as Leanne's been, I feel like I don't think she's played as much this season. I think she missed the first few games. Shout out to Lucy Packer as well, who stood in for her. When she's played, she's been unbelievable. She's got electric pace, that girl. And despite having a very strong Welsh accent, she looks like she's going to be selected for England for many years to come, having been on the summer tour, the Super Series. For me, it was between Claudia McDonald and Natasha Hunt. McDonald is an electric player. She is unbelievable. Certainly one of my favourite ones to watch. She has scored some unbelievable tries for Wasps. But my decision is going to go with Natasha Hunt, only for the fact that they're kind of similar players, Mo and Claudia, but just the way that Natasha has led her side into those playoff places. I think, she's a real leader, and she's someone who can control a game, but also be really dangerous in attack and make anything happen. So for me, it is Natasha Hunt. She gets the number 9 spot. Okay, moving on to our fly half. Another tricky one here. Johnny, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, of course. It's tough, isn't it? Isaac at Firwood Waterloo, in a season that they've really struggled, haven't they, to reach the TP's level. But it actually still managed to create some bits and pieces. She played a bit of 10, bit of 12, and she scored a huge amount of their points, like a third of their points. So yeah, fair play to her. Kerry Large, who was in 2014 that World Cup winning squad, wasn't she? Been ever present. There haven't been many girls who played in every game, and again, alongside Mo Hunt, has steered what is a fairly young ship very well. Katie Daly-McLean. Done. Simple as that. Lisa Martin. We've got it down as a 10 here, haven't we? I wanted to play Katie at 10 and Lisa Martin at 12, but I don't think you're going to allow me, are you, Adam?
No, unfortunately not. Sorry, she played the majority of her games. Oh, I think it was one. I think she's played one or two more at 10 than she did at 12. Lisa Martin.
Yeah, she's been phenomenal, hasn't she? For Sarah, she's been absolutely class off the boot. How on earth that she didn't get more international recognition? I'm not quite sure, but she's been phenomenal for Saracen. So I'm gonna be a real nose here and just sit on the fence. I really don't mind whether it's Katie Daly-McKean or Lisa Martin. Girls, over to you.
Rachel?
So for me, I just want to mention Hannah Edwards. She's a brilliant player. We talked about Claire Malloy being, a player that adds effect to that side when she's playing. Hannah Edwards is the same. She's not what you would see as a traditional 10 at times. You think, she looks like a bit of a back rower, but her boot and her ability to clear the lines, to play in the right places, she does a hell of a lot of the work for Wasps. And again, you could easily put Katie Daly-McKean in this mix, but I've gone for Lisa Martin. I just think she's been standout for club. That's what we've got to keep remembering. Katie's got all the great work that she's done this year with international as well. But for club, I would say that Lisa Martin has been the standout 10.
Okay, Fee?
Again, a very tough list. Kerry Large is right up there for me in terms of what she's done for Gloucester this season. I have to agree with Rach in the sense that this is, a club competition we're looking at, and Katie, rightly so, she gets singled out as the best kicker in the women's game. Obviously, there's Emily Scarrett as well, but I think Katie is just one of the best kickers, out of hand kickers in the women's game, and she's proved that time and time again. But for me, Lisa Martin, as the guys have previously mentioned, she doesn't enjoy as much of the limelight as Katie does. But that's not to say she shouldn't. And her precision from the tee this season has just been phenomenal. She's rarely missed a kick. She was instrumental again in that notable comeback for Sarries at the Stoop. And to come back from Lille as well, another kind of risk, if you like, in recognising the value of the TP15s as a product and wanting to come back to the UK and base her rugby there, having kind of sharpened those skills that she's learned across the pond at Lille. So for me, it's going to be Lisa Martin.
And I think the fact that she's so accurate with the boot when she doesn't particularly have to be.
No, I think all your points are very, very valid. I actually, Berth, I was surprised you didn't go for Emily Scott. She would have been, I guess, a toss-up between her and Lisa Martin for me. Emily Scott has taken that captain's armband this year, and she's moved from fullback to 10, and she is just someone who, week in, week out, she performs 7 or 8 out of 10 as a minimum, and she's unbelievable. Emily Scott, one of my favourite players to watch. So she would have certainly been up there. But yeah, definitely for me, Lisa Martin. As Sarri's team who heavily relies on their pack, I think probably there's a few positions out in their backs maybe that do need improving. But she's someone who can control their back line. And yeah, like you said, deadly from the team. So yeah, I'm happy with Lisa Martin. So she gets our number 10 shirt.
Okay, number 9 and number 10 done. We are moving through these at a rapid pace. Thank you very much to our panel. If you've got any thoughts, do leave your comments below. And also, don't forget to check back on our previous episodes to see how our team is shaping up. Our next episode is going to be on the centres, and I think you can probably guess who at least one of those is going to be. But if you don't want to miss out, put on your notifications. Of course, subscribe to the Women's Rugby Show and follow us across social media. For now, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.